Hey guys, it's me, Lil Bree. I'm back. I left my last video on a dark note. I took that down because I want this channel to be more positive, even though this video is gonna be kind of dark, but I like to share stories from my life that mean a lot to me. So I'm gonna share this story. So my grandpa on my mother's side, he spoiled me. He loved me so much. He knew so much about aliens, like the things I would do to have a conversation with my grandfather. Like, if I start talking about it too much, I'll cry. Like, I can talk about what happened without crying usually, but I'm gonna try my best to make it through this video without shedding any tears. So anyway, my grandfather was murdered by a doctor. So, long story short, my grandpa, he had to get a surgery because he had cancer. It went away, and then it came back. So he had to get a surgery, and it was a simple surgery. Not something a doctor should mess up that hard, but it was that doctor's last surgery of the night. So, I guess this asshole piece of shit that I hope is rotting in hell right now. We'll get to that. It was the last surgery of his night, so I'm sure he just was rushing through it like, fuck it, like, I'm so this man up really quick. And, like, I don't really know the details that much because I was so young. I was 6 years old. 2006, he had the surgery. And so 2006, he had the surgery. And it was the last surgery of the day, like I said. He sewed up my grandpa. I have all these aliens for my grandpa. I have like 3 more. I'm not going to grab them right now, but they were my grandpa's and my grandma gave me them. And so it was the last surgery of the day. He sews him up wrong. No nurses check on him for the whole night. What hospital? I think it was Resurrection Hospital. The nurses weren't checking up on him all night, obviously, because something went terribly, terribly wrong. That led to my grandfather being in a vegetative state, which is, if you don't know what that is, you're basically brain dead. Like, you're alive, but like you can't talk, you can't communicate. I'm sure he like knew we were there in the hospital with him, but like he couldn't talk, he couldn't communicate, he couldn't move, he was paralyzed. Not only that, but since the doctor messed up the surgery, he had to have his arm amputated. He had to have his arm amputated. And I have a lot of childhood traumas that I'm probably never going to share on the internet or on this channel, but this was definitely my biggest childhood trauma. So, all because of this piece of shit rushing doctor that wasn't taking his time and was already sued for malpractice once before. He fucked him up. So, for 2 years, from 2006 to 2008, I had to come to the hospital almost every day and watch my grandpa, who I loved the most in the world. I loved him so much. I love him so much. I shouldn't say loved. I love him so much. I think about him every single day. So for 2 years straight, I had to go to the hospital, see my grandpa, unresponsive, brain dead, just with his arm chopped off, half an arm. My grandpa that I loved so much, that would bring me toys every day, talk to me, play with me, feed me, ever since I was a baby. He called me a star baby, if you know what an indigo child is. If you don't know, don't even look it up. Just don't. So, yeah, basically, yeah, that traumatized me very bad, seeing like, I didn't really process until I got older the trauma that it left, in my soul. Seeing my grandpa unresponsive with half an arm for 2 years. I had to go to the hospital almost every day and see that. And it was messed up. And it messed me up. It messed me up a lot. It probably explains a lot of the issues I have now, because I had to go through that and a lot of other things prior to this when I was younger that I'm not going to be sharing in this video. But anyways, he died in 2008, and it was tragic. I remember being at his funeral, and my friend was sitting next to me, and I just started bawling my eyes out, and like, yeah, it was just tragic. But here's the crazy part. That's the tragic part. Here's the crazy universe is fucking with us part. So, well, here's a little ghost story. So me and my mom, I was young. I was probably 8 years old. It was shortly after my grandpa died. I remember this very well. And we were talking about how he always used to sit in the chair in my kitchen. And we were talking about my grandpa and how we miss him and how we wished he was still with us. And unfortunately, he was not still with us. And my mom's like, all right, it's time for bed. You gotta sleep. You need to go to bed, shorty. And I'm like, I bet. I'm gonna finish these grapes. I'm gonna bring them upstairs. And I'm eating the grapes at my kitchen table. I remember it clearly. And I'm sitting right next to my grandpa's chair that he always sat in. And then my mom's like, come on, get up the stairs. And I'm walking up the stairs. And I felt a hand on my back. Like, and it didn't, like, shove me, but, like, it, like, lightly pushed me. Like, go, bitch. Go, you need to go to bed. And like, to this day, I think that was my grandpa. Like, that is I have had 2 very paranormal experiences. One was about a Ouija board that was from the 1950s, and that was working, okay? I'll make a video about that. But, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that was my grandpa touching me. But keep in mind, like I said, this doctor had already been sued for malpractice once before. If you don't know what malpractice is, it's basically when a doctor messes up a surgery, a procedure, whatever, and they get sued for it, and there's a lawsuit filed against them. That's what it is. And, yeah. So here's the crazy part. So my family was suing him for malpractice. Second time he got sued. So obviously this doctor was a piece of shit. I hope his family sees this. I hope your family is miserable with your dead dad. Sorry if that's morbid and fucked up, but I have to live with this trauma every day because of your little fucking retarded doctor. Sorry to use the R word, but your doctor family member can suck dicks in hell for the rest of eternity. But anyway, so I'm going to get to the crazy part. Oh, and I don't know if I said this, but my grandma wakes up to the news randomly at 5 a.m. And on the news, it says there's a Chicago brain and heart surgeon that died in a plane crash. Alright, I was revising and I realized that I forgot to mention, like, just so y'all don't get confused, the person, one of the brain and heart surgeons that died in the fucking plane crash was Dr. Otto. Yeah, I'll expose... Sorry, they gave me a 10% battery warning. I'll expose his name. Dr. I believe Ralph Otto. Yeah, he crashed a plane and died. Crashed his own plane. Like, we have conspiracies that it was a suicide because he was being sued twice. A second time for malpractice. But I hope he's sucking dicks in hell for the rest of his life for what he put my family through and me. I mean, I don't really talk much about how traumatized the rest of my family is by the rest of the situation, but just because I had to watch that at such a young age explains a lot about me now. Anyway, so my mom, she digs up dinosaur bones, as a side job. She has a main job, but her side job is digging up dinosaur bones. And I've dug up dinosaur bones with her. It was raw. It was pretty cool. It was pretty hard, actually. But, so, my grandma, my grandpa's wife, she wakes up to the news at about 5 a.m. And the news is on the TV. And it says a Chicago brain and heart surgeon are killed in a plane crash in Wyoming. The plane crash was very close to my mom's dig site where she digs up dinosaur bones. And another crazy thing, I don't know if this was a coincidence or the universe or what, but I remember my mom, so we had a red husky. I have a red husky, a Siberian husky. I have one. And we had one before he passed away. But we had one at the time. His name was Rue. And my mom was digging up dinosaur bones, doing her thing, you know? And obviously there's no bathroom in the desert. You gotta piss it behind the rock or something, you know? And my mom sees a red husky, a Siberian husky, just like ours, walk right up to her. And she was like, am I hallucinating? Am I too dehydrated or something? Like, but no. It was a real dog, and she brought it home. We named her Savo, and Savo had a lot of problems. She had a lot of seizures, and she eventually passed away, which was really sad. And currently I have a third red husky since the other one's passed, and that's my dog Miso, and I love her more than the world. She literally saved my life last year when I was so depressed and on the verge of killing myself. Anyway, but I got this tattoo for my grandpa. I've been wanting it. I got it probably 5 months ago. I've been wanting it for years. So I filled up the heads because they were empty, but it's 3 aliens because my grandpa was very into aliens. I have all these: the gray alien, the Roswell alien, the reptilian alien. I forgot what the other one's called, but they're all real aliens. And so hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and Zago. That's my mom's maiden name. I was gonna get John Zago, but I'm more of my mom's side of the family than my dad's side of the family. I'm more their vibes. So I got Zago, and this is for my grandpa. And yeah. So this video is pretty short. I can actually grab the card, his funeral card, and I'm probably gonna start crying once I do, but it happens. Oh shit. I put it somewhere. It's my wallet. I'm tweaking. Where's my purse? Sorry, guys. I'm a mess. I'm always a mess. If you know me, I'm always a mess. But my room's actually pretty clean right now for once. But ever since I've been keeping this card on me, because usually I keep it on my mirror with the rest of my death cards. It's really fucked up that I have a lot of death cards, and probably only half of them are people who were old and died of natural causes. But my grandpa, he was a cop during the Democratic convention. He was a great man. I would do anything to just have one conversation with him. Just one. But I'm going to read his card. And after I do, I'm probably going to start crying. So I'm going to have to end the video. In loving memory of John Zago. And the prayer on it is, God saw he was getting tired and a cure was not to be. So he put his arms around him and whispered, come with me. With tearful hearts we watched him fade away. Although we loved him dearly, we could not make him stay. A golden heart stopped beating, hard-working hands at rest. God broke our hearts to prove us. to prove to us he only takes the best. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. But every time I read that prayer, it just really gets to me. And I just thought I'd share this story because it really impacts me every day. And I have to live with that visual every day of my grandpa dying with one arm. But it's okay. We're gonna end this video on a happy note with the aliens my grandpa bought me. Well, he didn't buy them for me. They were his, and my grandma gave me them because she knew that he would want me to have them. And if I keep talking, I'm gonna get too emotional, and I know he just wants me to be happy, but I just wanted to share this story. Thank you guys for watching. There's gonna be more content coming soon, I promise. I've just been lacking because of quarantine, and I've just had a lot going on with college and work. But I'm thinking of doing cosmetology school next year. I'm not sure. And there's festivals coming, so there'll be a lot of vlogs coming. And yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching. I love all my fans and all my haters. You know I love you too. You still be giving me those views. Still be giving me that clout. Alright, well, I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed the story of my worst childhood trauma. But yeah, I'm gonna have more positive videos coming soon. My last one was like so negative and personal. I put it on private because like it was just too personal for the internet, and I did not want that up anymore. So yeah. Alright, I love you all. Haters, fans, I love you all. Friends, family. Have a great day, night, whatever time it is. And just stay positive, be happy, and be grateful.